Man, well, thanks again. Happy Monday. It was so good to see Eran in person, in real, this weekend. He is actually coming in to us today from here in America, but at the same time, he's just here temporarily, like for a visit. So you know him from, for those of you that have been on many times, he is the director of the National Leadership Center in Ariel, Israel. And it was lovely to see him in Birmingham, Alabama this weekend and sharing both in board meetings as well as he was sharing at this prayer retreat that we had on Saturday, which was so good. You know, Aran, I honestly have been so out of the loop in terms of, oops, asked to unmute. I'm not sure if I did that by accident. Um, I've been really out of the loop as far as the news goes. So I'm assuming you have great or the things to share with us again about what and how to pray. And so thank you so much. Aran, over to you, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. Good morning. Now we are in the same time zone, so
Time zone, yes.
yeah. So it's good morning for me, 10 o'clock. First, I like to say thank you for all the people that came to the prayer meeting in the church. It was amazing to see everybody alive, to meet the people, and to see. And for me, Patricia, it was a huge encouragement
Oh, good.
to be in the U.S. To meet you all,
Mhm.
and it's amazing. And when I was going inside the church and see the Israeli flag
Yeah.
on the stage, for me as an Israeli that is a long way from his home, it felt amazing. We have a great board meeting, and this is in the board meeting was the first time after 3 months that I was breathing, surrounded by friends,
Yeah.
and all the time in the US, I'm feeling really, really encouraging and feeling great. And again, a lot of thanks to you all that is standing with Israel and praying for Israel and really committed to what's happening in Israel. And prayer and the prayer is really something that was great for me to know. I all the time thinking about the 7th of October, the event that was there, the massacre, and one of the things that I was reading in Shabbat in the portion is about the Ten Commandments. I one of my thing in my journey to love God was I was afraid in a way that I cannot have doing all the laws, or like the Jewish people have 360 laws if you want to be a good Jewish guy,
Yeah.
and I was worried about that. And first time when I came to JH Ranch, it was 15 years ago. I start my journey with God there, and one of the things that I understood that Abraham have relations with God, and he didn't have a lot of laws, and Jacob have relations with God, and it was not a lot of and Isaac and Moses brought the Ten Commandments, which then I say to myself, okay, with the Ten Commandments, I'm living very well. It's not for me. It's something that it's easy, and this is can be the basic behavement of my rules, and on top of that, I will choose what to add. And I was thinking about like in terms of human beings about the Ten Commandments, and I think that most of us, all of us, can live with that very well.
Hmm.
And when I'm thinking about the Ten Commandments in terms of Shabbat, what's happening the 7th of October, I don't know how these savages that came into the kibbutz and the moshav and murder and rape and kidnap
Hmm.
people, you know, it's like nothing basic in their faith connected to any God, not just our God. I not believe that God create us to murder and kill and to be people like that. And I really praying for these people. There is 2 million refugees in Gaza now, and one of the things that I saw in my eyes, my son Jonathan Itamar, when he came back from Gaza, he brought my camp, which is the manual of Hitler, how to kill Jewish people in Arabic. This is what they're teaching the children. And I'm praying for the children, because if you are living in an environment of being a poor, under terrorist regime, that not respect men and not respect women and not respect anybody, and the theory that they are teaching in the school is how to hate Jewish people. I'm praying for the children that something is going to make them. And when I say, when I hearing the people in the U.S. or whatever demonstrating against Israel, and they say free Palestine, I say free Palestine from Hamas. I think this is the prayer, because this regime is not going to bring them anywhere in 100 years. It's not important how is the world is going to finish. So I think one of my prayers, after being with you all, is to the children of the Gaza, the Arab children that living there. They are poor now. It's rain, it's cold. They are living in tents, and they don't have food because Hamas taking them the food. And we see that UNRWA, the organization that's supposed to take care of them, people that work there was inside Israel in that day, some of them. And I think that we need to pray with all our prayers to the children of Gaza, the Arab children of Gaza, because this circle of hate and this hate Jewish people just to hate them because they're Jewish, this is something that they have to finish. And
Yeah.
the army, the IDF, is still fighting inside that. Hamas, there is a deal, a negotiation on the table, but Hamas is not rush. He's giving us to wait, and we don't have time for this thing. The hostages must be free now. There's people that is under the ground 40 meters. They're stuck there. They cannot breathe. They don't have medicine. Children in the age of 1 until the age of 86. And Hamas is not running. So the armies continue to fight in Gaza. And the numbers of their victims are rising. They're speaking about 25,000 people that killed from the beginning of the war in Gaza.
Wow.
And if this number is not something that say to Hamas, okay, let's think about how to stop it for now, I don't think why. And this is why I'm sure that they are not see their people. They don't care about the people. And
Right.
this is the thing that I think that we have to pray for these people. In Judea and Samaria, it's continue to be fire, a lot of fights inside that, a lot of attacks against Jewish people, especially on Road 60, which is terrible. It's affect, of course, the National Leadership Center. People are afraid to come. They are coming, but they're afraid to come. And the North Front is continue to be a front that the Hezbollah continue to shoot on Israel. We have 200,000 refugees, Jewish people that left their houses. The north is empty, and I know that there is negotiation to find solution, diplomatic one. But again, Hezbollah is not running to anything. They are shooting on us. We are shooting on them, and who is the people that is suffering? Is the people that living? It's the common people. It's the people that left their houses and live in hotels now.
Right.
You cannot live in a hotel, a room, 4 people, more than 3 months, 4 months. It's terrible to think about that. So I think the main thing that we are going to pray today is for wisdom, for Benjamin Netanyahu, for wisdom, for the leaders of Hezbollah and the leaders of Hamas, and to the ministry of Biden ministry. You know, Biden ministry
Yeah.
was a couple of days ago was charging Jewish people that live in Judea and Samaria, and now these people get notice that the Israeli bank, because of that, froze their assets and they cannot go to the bank account.
Wow.
So the people of Israel really appreciate the Biden government and Biden about what he did, but I am praying that it's not going to finish tomorrow, and the wind and the state of mind supporting Israel is going to change here. I praying for that because this is something that we cannot live with. To start accusing people like what's happened in Hague, they take us to course to there about genocide, and thank God the court was a little bit reasonable there, but in a way the Jewish people attacking in all fronts, North, Judea and Samaria, of course in the South, and in Washington, D.C., and in New York City, and in Paris, and in London. Jewish people are attacking. Anti-Semitism is in the highest level that we know since the Holocaust. Nobody saw hate of Jewish people since then. In the campuses, in places that it's like have to be very open. But Patricia, here is the news.
Yeah.
We are going to win.
Yeah.
And Israeli, like after the Holocaust, we are going to be stronger ever, and 10 times what we have been in the 6th of October. The prices is huge. We have more than 560 soldiers that was killed from the beginning, and another 900 people that was killed. But we are going to win here.
Yeah.
We are going to win, and we are going to heal, because this nation now is post-trauma. And the trauma is still ongoing, but we see that. And through all this bad news that I'm giving you, the National Leadership Center in the Hills of Ephraim is open. Open, and we have next month 800 people that is going to come, student especially. And when they're coming to the National Leadership Center, we see that they're hurt, they're wounded. And we're speaking with them about things, and every corner that we are going, we see the post-trauma there. We see the post-trauma. Our trainers going out to the Jewish people that evacuate in the hotel, doing activities for them, speaking with them about purpose in lives, about faith. These people lost their faith. But I thinking that now, after the trauma that the Jewish people was suffering in the 7th of October, the eagerness to know God, the eagerness to take the Bible as a rock to the life of the people, I know that this is going to be the next step. And for that, we prepare 25 years. So in the midst of this storm that we are living, this tsunami that we are living, I see spots of light, of people that wants God in their life. I see people that want to teach. I see the people, people start to understand about the power of vulnerability. It's okay to speak about your trauma. It's okay to speak about that you hurt. It's okay to say that your father is not behaving well after going back from the war. It's okay to say these things. It's not okay to be strong all day and say I'm a lion and everything great. So we created in the National Leadership Center environment that they can speak, they can share, they can learn, they can have fun, which is great, and create them an oasis of environment that, yes, it's war outside, yes, it's like hurt, but let's speak about it, and let's heal heal ourselves. And this is the role that God give us. This is the role that the Minister of Education and Defense asked us to play, and we are going to do it. And we are going to do it with grace, and we are going to come humble to that, because we don't have all the answers, but we have a good questions. And this is what we are going to do. We are going to continue to pray hardly for the hostages. My heart is broken from the testimonies, and you know it's like 4 months, and more than 50 days, then the first team was released. But the testimony continued to come out. This, last night I saw in TV how we are treating Hamas inside the prison in Israel. They have clothes. They have every day couple of hours to go outside and breathe. They have food. And we know that our people don't have food, and they're buried 40 meters under the ground, and they behave to them like savages. And I'm praying for them, and I'm praying for continue to pray for the trainers that are still in reserve. We have a couple of them. I hope that at the end of February they're going to release, and I'm praying that it's not going to be a war in the south, in the north. Sorry, that will start all over again, because every soldier that going out of reserve, the commander said to him, "Listen, we are going home now, but be prepared that we are going to call you in a month from now." So again, I'm in one hand, I'm very thinking about what's happening, and I don't see the light in a way of government starting argue again, and not communicate well inside the Israeli government. Some ministers came back to the 6th of October, how they spoke and how they behave, which is terrible. But I see the good people. I see the good people that donate. I see the good people that coming to reserve 120%. I see the good children that suddenly understand that they have role in this game while their Abba is not home. They have to act more responsible and more mature. And because of that, because of the children, I see the children of Israel, and I see light, and I see future. I look in the children of Gaza. Unfortunately, I see darkness, and I see and I don't see for them. So we are going to win. We are going to be strong, and all of us is going to meet in Israel, in the city of King David, in the gate, and we are going to celebrate and dance our friendship and our brotherhood, and we are going to thank God about all the things, because Abba is doing for us things that the children are not understanding. And because of that, we need to continue to pray to Abba that he is going to have mercy on us and wisdom on our leaders. And together with that, we are going to meet in Israel and celebrate what the Lord is doing for us.
Wow. So good. So good.